Today I wanted to talk about Dark Souls DLC, Dark Souls 3 DLC in particular. This morning I was, looking at game news like I always do, and I saw an article on NeuroGadget called Dark Souls 3 DLC Hope. And there's not a whole lot of substance to the article as a whole, but it did get me thinking at the very least about just DLC for the game. DLC, it's kind of a gray area, in terms like people will feel a certain way about DLC. Like DLC sometimes gives you that feeling like the game wasn't complete, and that it should have been completed first prior to. It's just like kind of a way of milking us for more money. But sometimes I don't know. I don't always agree. Sometimes DLC is legit, and when it comes to Dark Souls and Bloodborne, in particular, DLC has been legit. I don't even know where this guy came from. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about here. Not the legitimacy of DLC itself, but just what to expect, or not really what to expect, because I'm not really good at predicting what DLC is going to be. Which is more like hope, like, what we hope, or what I hope is in DLC, I should say. And I encourage you guys, whoever watches, to, in the comment section, kind of let me know what you want to see in DLC as well. And we can kind of, discuss it together and what have you. I mean, of course, there's going to be the stuff that is going to be there, like, additional weapons, additional armor, new enemies, that kind of stuff, that trivial stuff, we know it's going to be there. But just what do you want to see from DLC? Like, we know that there's going to be 2, maybe 3 expansions, for Dark Souls. The first one actually comes out this fall. It hasn't been revealed what it's called or anything, but it comes out this fall, so maybe we'll get an E3 reveal of that. That would be cool. To find out what's going to go down DLC-wise. But, like, what do you guys expect to see? I mean, because the DLC for these Souls games have been really great, in the past years. Like, my favorite is actually from Dark Souls 2. Like, the 3 Crowns expansions. I mean, those were amazing. Those were excellent. And I like the way they were incorporated into the game when the, Scholar of the First Sin edition came out. The way they were kind of incorporated as part of the main game was kind of cool. So I definitely hope to see more of that, in terms of the new DLC that comes out. Like, I hope it actually adds more NPCs to the core game itself, and, kind of expands the story. So if you do a New Game Plus playthrough or something like that, it'll just be like one seamless thing. But what I really want to, what I'd like to see is a DLC that kind of does, I mean, I know for the most part they are a different world, but I want to see DLC that would do some type of bridging between, Souls and Bloodborne. But that's probably not, that's just what I want to see. It's probably not feasible, or most likely not feasible, because Bloodborne being exclusive to PlayStation, and Dark Souls is a multi-plat, so I don't think they would do a DLC that would exclude part of their market. But it just just as a fan of the Souls series, that would be cool to see. Like, maybe there's a connection with the Souls and, with Souls and the Sumerians from Bloodborne, since they were kind of medieval-like. Or, better yet, maybe something, like, I just want to see something that bridges the games a bit more. Like, this game does a really good job of bridging, the original Dark Souls and, with it. There's a few things, little things here and there for Dark Souls 2, but not much. So maybe something that bridges, this game and Souls 2, or a really awesome thing, and it kind of falls along the same lines, would be if there was something to link Dark Souls and Demon Souls a bit more. You know, that would actually be pretty excellent. I had a feeling she was going to throw that thing up here. That would be kind of excellent too, something to bridge, you know, the two Souls games together, but that kind of falls in the same lines as, you know, linking Bloodborne, the fact that Demon Souls was a PS3 exclusive. And also, you know, the fact that, as far as, like, licensing goes, I think part of, you know, like, Bandai doesn't really have license to Demon's Souls, just the Dark Souls line, but that's just, you know, just wishful thinking as far as, like, what I would like to see. That would be excellent. Just something that bridges more, even if it's something as simple as, like, getting some of the, you know, just a nod to it, like maybe getting some of the equipment from Demon Souls or some of the equipment from Bloodborne. I mean, that would be kind of cool. Really unlikely, but it would just be, I'm just talking of what would be cool to see. As far as predictions that are more realistic are what we could expect to see, like maybe something that brings our boy Knight Solaire back, you know, like get him in this game somehow, maybe so we can get a definitive answer on what happens to him. I think will be a really good thing, and that's something that can be done since it's entirely Dark Souls related. It's not crossing titles, you know, crossing franchises. But that would be excellent, actually. I think that would be, as far as what's more realistic, that's something I'd like to see. Because with Solaire, it could go two ways. Either, you know, he gets possessed and you have to kill him off, or you manage to save him and he helps you with Gwen, you know, at the end of the game. So to have him come back so we can know definitively what exactly happened to him, you know, whether he actually did get possessed and was killed, or if he, you know,
oh, hello.
If he did actually manage to stay with you throughout the whole experience, you know, stay with the cursed undead throughout the whole story. And maybe, like, the one I would like to see more is him actually surviving the adventure with the cursed undead, and then maybe you could sing tales of the cursed undead, because that's one thing we haven't seen at all in the DLC, is linking the player character, like in some fashion. And with the way though the world in the game works, I know that's kind of hard to do. It's not like there's a definitive character that you know, that carries on from game to game to game, like, because of how the world works. But it would be cool just to see, like, you know, just him talk about it. Like, he doesn't have to actually, of course he couldn't mention you by name or anything, or by the type of equipment you use, but to see him, you know, maybe just mention a cursed undead, like tell the tale of what happened. Like, maybe you could go looking for the Lord Vessel or something like that. I don't know. Or then another cool thing would be Oscar. I mean, our boy Oscar, even though he didn't really say his name or anything, but, you know, we know definitively that he did die, you know, and went hollow. But it would be kind of a cool twist if maybe he didn't go hollow, or, like, you know, I mean, you resurrect, so what if when he resurrected he had his hope renewed and he had his own adventure, and, you know, you can learn a bit more about that, because that would be kind of cool. But I guess what I really would like to see that's realistic is our boy Solaire come back. It was just so awesome. And then so yeah, that's what I want to see for something that links Solaire together. There's going to be two. I really can't think of a second thing I want to see that's actually realistic, aside from, you know, bringing Bloodborne in. I just really want them to bridge the worlds between Bloodborne and this. It's not possible because of the, you know, exclusivity thing, but it would be kind of cool to see. Or, you know what? I tell you what, I just thought of something just now. Another thing that'd be kind of cool to see would be perhaps, like, you can go to some other, like, you know, one of the other lands. Like, maybe you can go to Mira. You know, that'd be a cool way to bridge Souls 1 and 2 is if you go to Mira, because we know, you know, in Dark Souls 2, I have to say my favorite character was Luxio of Mira, so maybe you could actually, there'll be a DLC where you could actually go to Mira and see what that place looks like and what life was like there. Or if you could travel to, I don't know what you would call the place, but you know where, God, I forgot the guy's name. You know, the samurai-like guy, like the guy with the stereotypical Asian accent in Dark Souls 1. You know, as part of the Hunter's Covenant. You know, he'd traveled around. You know, you meet him where you join the Hunter's Covenant, and then later on you see him in the you know, later on you see him in what's it called, Blight Town or whatever. So it'd be kind of cool to see where he came from. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with definitively. Is hopefully there's 3, and if there are 3, that's what I want to see. I want to see a Return to Solaire. I want to see traveling to Mira, and I also want to see the Eastern Land that they speak of, where, you know, where the katanas come from and all that stuff. Like, I mean, I want to know the name of the land and just see it, like, see what it looks like, and, you know, that'd be some cool armor sets they can come out with, like some traditional, like, that's another thing I want to see is like a traditional samurai armor set. That would be kind of cool. Like, I know we kind of had the Eastern armor, but it wasn't really traditional looking. So I like to see that kind of thing. Is the Eastern Land, Mira, and also the Return of Solaire. So let me know what you guys would like to see, you know, as far as DLC for this game. I mean, no matter what they come with, I'm sure it's going to be great. But those are just the things I would like to see, you know, coming from this. So hit me up in the comment section. Let me guys, you know, you guys let me know what you want to see. You know, I'll be happy to take a look, interact. We can have some cool discussions about it. And then that's about it for this. I'm gonna kill this enemy before I cut off the stream so I don't get killed when I'm ending the stream, and then that's gonna be it for it. Alright, that's it. Get my butcher knife. Thank you guys for coming out. Doom 3 stream is going to be happening tonight again. If you guys want to check that out, I'm going to be doing the same thing I did last time, making it a drinking game. I play on nightmare difficulty, so every time I die, I take a shot of whiskey. So you guys can come along, play too, if you feel like getting drunk. I know I do. So that's what's going down tonight, man. I hope you guys come out. Feel free to check my past videos, my past live streams, and you all have a good one.